Hi crypto fans, welcome to CCS Cryptocurrency State. My name is Santiago, I'm a web developer and investor, and today's video is a very special video. It's my first interview, my first talk about airdrops with a partner here. Today we are going to talk with Boris. He's one of my followers from a long time and he's the moderator of my private Discord. So we are going to touch all the topics around airdrops, around crypto, around BRC-20, AirdropsTo. So you can check the timestamps if you want to go to the particular place in the interview, but this is one of the kind video where we discuss airdrops in detail. Before we begin, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications, and without anything else, let's get into it. Hi crypto fans. Well, in this interview we are with Boris. Boris is one of the biggest followers on the channel. He's right now the only moderator on my private Discord. Like you know, I have a private Discord where you can join, and I have an application for airdrop hunting that you also can join. Boris is a dear friend from the channel, dear friend from the Discord. People in the Discord already know him. In today's video, we are going to talk a lot about airdrops. We are going to talk about BRC-20 tokens, crypto in general. So welcome, Boris. Tell us a little bit about yourself so the community can know you better.
All right. Thank you very much, Santiago, for this introduction. It's very, very welcoming to be here on the channel. And I feel really humbled and grateful to be here, as always, because to be in a position where my knowledge can be of use to some other people, and it's just a really, really beautiful feeling. I've always thought that I could be in this position, but I never really thought it would be possible. So I'm really happy to be here. Thank you.
Great.
Right. So a little bit about my background. I started my crypto adventures a little less than 2 years ago, and it was all over the place. Like we started doing in these node seasons. If you remember the node season of late 2021, with all those Scarlet and Crimson and all the red lights stuff. My God, that was fun.
I lost a lot of money, like you know, with node projects, but yeah, it's a learning curve. So everything is for the worst. Yeah.
I always think like in crypto, you have liquidity rotating from the inexperienced to the experienced, and then the inexperienced become experienced, and then the new, it just flows around. So basically, who survives in crypto, I think they can really thrive, and that's why maybe we're here to share some knowledge and to actually help people move from the inexperienced to slightly more experienced. So yeah, I started there, and then I did some DeFi stuff, you know, like when those node projects started evolving. So we had Horde, we had Wealth Mountain. That's when I started actually doing stuff with James, because I got introduced to James Felton. He's also a great YouTuber. And basically that's when I started evolving a little, but still managed to lose money after money after money. Like projects were falling apart left, right, and center. We all remember Terra and everything was happening last summer. But then something magical happened. So basically around September, I watched one video, and the video was about aptos and about 4 other airdrops. And they told us what steps we should do in order to get it. And I thought to myself, sure, let's try. It's something new. I haven't done this. I've managed to lose almost all of my crypto. So, well, you know, money invested in crypto. So let's just try something different, yeah? And then I did the steps for aptos. We did the Terra wallet. I minted the NFT. And then 1 month later, aptos token launched. And all of us who did it got over $1,000 for a couple minutes of work. And then I got really, really into airdrops. And that's when I found about your channel. And that's when my journey really elevated to the next level. And that's why I'm so grateful that you started this thing, because I would not probably got even Arbitrum or many other airdrops if it wasn't for your channel. So from the bottom of my heart, I do thank you for it as well.
Of course.
So that's how it started. And yeah, like for 5 months, I was doing everything. And I almost kind of like lost faith in all this thing a little bit, but then Arbitrum came and it was all worth it. It was all super worth it.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
I think we have there our first advice, which is we are applying for airdrops, but we need to be patient. And the feeling when you get the reward from an airdrop like Arbitrum, You know, I did it with 12 wallets. I comment always that to my community. I know that you also use multiple wallets for that airdrop. So when you really see the free money, I mean, it's not free because we work for have it, but when you see the rewards, then you can continue doing the airdrop hunter path. It's one of the things that we need to learn, to be patient, to get the rewards. So yeah.
Yeah, like, but just to point out to the community and to people maybe who are thinking about getting into airdrops, imagine doing some transactions that will take you maybe 1 hour or 2 hours of your time, and that to be worth a couple thousand, because that's what happened with Arbitrum. Like every wallet took me like maybe half an hour to 1 hour maximum, and it gave well over $1,000 each. So it's like, I would really highly recommend it to people who are on the edge, who don't know how to start. Start learning. Just watch a few videos, educate yourself, and just get busy. Like that's all you gotta do. Learning by doing. This is how you succeed in this, in life, in everything. Like, I'm no guru, but this is what I've seen work. So
yeah,
why not share it with people who want to listen? That was good.
Yeah, so like many of you know, I post almost daily videos from airdrops. More are more difficult than others. Some are testnet, some other are already in mainnet. I share my strategies with the community, but what is your strategy right now that you are also airdrop hunter in the community? What are your steps? What you are doing right now on airdrops?
So people in Discord know this already from a long time ago, since I always share my strategies in Discord and you get the best support there. But in general, I realized that I was doing a lot of things in the last half year, like really a lot of things. And Santiago, you also remember we got a lot of those, how we called ice cream airdrops from time to time. And you know, sometimes those testnets and everything, they really pay well. Like Aptos, over $1,000 for like 15 minutes support, right? But in my experience, I've decided to do a lot of wallets. So I had to focus my strategies on just several projects that I found most faith in, most belief in, that they could actually deliver. So that's my personal strategy, but I understand that a lot of people don't have time or energy to manage many wallets. So you can also focus on something that makes sense to you. Like, for example, I know a lot of people who do like 3 to 4 or 5 wallets, and they do a lot of projects, and that is also a valid strategy, of course. It's just something that I found through my experience. What I believe to be the best is identify quality projects that you want to focus on and try to do them on many wallets. But again, everybody needs to do their own research and find a strategy that works best for them. I know you have a different strategy. I know people in our Discord have different strategies.
Yeah.
This is where we have to decide for ourselves always.
Yeah. So, and what airdrops are doing right now? What projects?
Oh man, I was doing ZkSync the whole day. Fees were finally in normal ranges. Do you remember that? The freaking Pepe Mania got the fees on Ethereum like $30-40 at one point. It was crazy. So yeah, I was doing our ZkSync the whole day. I was leveling up wallets, building new wallets, making transactions, building history, and then finally bridging to ZkSync through official bridge. Of course, guys, always use official bridges at least once. It was criteria for both Optimism and Arbitrum. I'm 100% sure it's going to be a criteria for ZkSync as well. So whenever you start doing airdrops, the first thing you need to bridge with the official bridge. Same works for starknet. Starknet, ZkSync, they're all the same in this regard.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was mostly there the whole day. And you were asking about the strategy, right? Polygon ZkAVM. Yeah, so I love that video. You launched a Polygon ZkAVM video, and it's one of the bigger ones. Because when you're doing airdrops, it's great to follow Twitter and these kinds of things, but oftentimes there are people who are much better at this than you. So you just need to find the best way to aggregate all the information. So I follow 3 or 4 Telegram groups that show really like some snippets of information that can be incredibly valuable. For example, for Polygon, like 2 weeks ago, I read in one of those Telegram groups how someone posted a thread from one of the Polygon founders who hinted, like they literally said in a tweet, it is air quotes, it is not entirely unlikely that an already established company protocol does an airdrop. Reading between the lines, like you don't even need to read between the lines. They literally said, we are likely gonna airdrop our community.
Yeah, I saw the tweet too. I posted that in my video. And they also have an official bridge. So we are also agree that it's mandatory to use the official bridge always.
Absolutely.
All the airdrops, it will count that as one of the major stuff. Of course, for transactions, we can also use third-party bridges, but always we need to use the official ones at least a couple of times. How many transactions are you doing? I mean, for ZkSync, for example, or
for ZkSync, I decided not to spend too much on gas, so I've only funded my wallets for like $100-$150 per wallet, because I don't want to be sending money all the time, not just, like not to be detected by those like anti-bot or whatever they decide to employ. And also I've decided to maybe just put $70 to $80 on Ethereum, because Ethereum is like super expensive. So yeah, I'm doing transactions only monthly for ZkSync. So I'm doing like 3 to 4 transactions monthly, because it's been criteria for every airdrop so far. Optimism, Arbitrum, they all had monthly transactions. Yeah. Imagine if ZkSync does a weekly transaction. That would be crazy. But no, like I'm relatively confident that they will do monthly transactions as well.
Yeah, I know that many people ask you this in the Discord. You and me are answering the same all the time, but I just want to record it here on this interview with you. So, do you think we are still late for ZkSync? Should I do ZkSync right now or not? What is your answer on that? We are always agree on the same answer, but many people are always afraid of that. Should I start this airdrop now, or should I don't do it anymore?
I know. Do you remember when like 5 people asked me that in Discord the same day, and I told you, Santiago, put this in pin, please. So basically, my answer is this: if you have not seen that they have announced the snapshot has been taken on Twitter or official Discord, official Twitter announcements, just do it, because everyone is always speculating and thinking, oh yeah, sure, the snapshot has been taken, you're too late, and then half a year later, this actual snapshot takes place. So yes, guys, just if you've seen that a snapshot has not been taken, go. Get busy, get cracking, get to work, because you'll be very, very grateful that you spend this half an hour or an hour. Like downside, you spend 1 hour and maybe $10 in gas. Upside, I mean, we already know.
That's what I say to people all the time also. I mean, it's a risk-reward ratio opportunity that you have here. So you need to really consider your risk. So your risk is maybe you're going to lose, let's say, $100 because you're going to use that for do the transactions. And you're going to spend maybe 2-3 hours in total doing all those transactions, versus your reward that in the case of ZkSync, we are really expecting a big airdrop. It could be thousands of dollars. So in order to understand, are you late or not, just think about that. Think about your risk and reward ratio on, like in any other investment. So it's your time and money versus the possible reward. So yeah, I think we are always agree on that. Just check if it's official information about the airdrop already launched or not. And if not, just think of that and do it. Yeah.
Yep. Perfectly said.
So what other projects are you doing airdrops right now? You commented ZkSync. What others are you checking?
So basically, I've noticed that the narrative is really focused these days on Ethereum layer 2s and scaling Ethereum. So projects that do massive airdrops are usually Ethereum layer 2s, like Optimism, Arbitrum, ZkSync. So I followed that narrative. So that would be starknet, so whole Starkware ecosystem, and also Layer 0 is a huge interoperability protocol that got $500 million funding from PayPal. And like PayPal is one of the biggest players in the game today. So that's really something I'm focusing on. So ZkSync, Starkware, Layer 0. And then from the bigger ones, I would definitely add Polygon, ZkEVM as well. Like those are my top 4 that I see the biggest potential. And of course, transactions there cost, but I found it in the past that the risk is well worth the reward.
Yeah.
And then from the other ones that I have my eye on, it would be stuff like Linea. It's MetaMask's mother firm, Consensus. project as well. We have also Coinbase from the base layer 2 as well. So built an Optimism stack from the company Coinbase. And then I also have my eyes on Zeta chain as a really cool interoperability protocol. And we also have, what's the last one? Zeta chain and Scroll. Scroll got a massive funding as well. So I'm doing some stuff on Scroll testnet whenever I get a chance, you know. It's like secondary objective. Like I have my A priority, B priority, and then you gotta randomize things. When you're doing stuff on a lot of wallets, you have to really randomize things to be like as sneaky about it as possible, if one may say. So yeah, like many random stuff and these four main projects.
Makes sense. I am agree with all those projects. I am also doing all those. I am not really farming airdrops right now. Like many of you know, in my Discord, I am mostly using 12 wallets. So I get that reward for Arbitrum, and it's what I can manage right now. So we also need to be honest on that. Of course, we want to build and we want to use 1,000 wallets. Of course, you can be super rich, and we know examples of that happen on Arbitrum with many people. But yeah, right now, at least my strategy, I am using 12 wallets with all the airdrops that you mentioned and more other airdrops. But yeah, I think that is a great strategy. So everything that we are discussing here today with Boris, of course, guys, you can check my subscriptions. The Discord where we are talking is my private Discord here. And I also have an application that is going to help you to do airdrops in an easy way. You can register your progress. I have 2 videos on that. And everything that we are discussing right now, you can search all those videos in my cryptocurrencystate.net page. In videos, you go there and you can search any of the airdrops that we have been commenting with Boris. And also I have some introductory videos. For example, how to start on cryptos. You are going to see here how you should create your wallets, how you can found your wallet, adding the networks into your MetaMask, and everything is here explained step by step. And after you do that, you have some other videos that I did on, for example, how to protect your airdrop wallet. There are a lot of scam projects, so here are some tips on how you can be safe doing airdrops. And also the next step is going to be how to manage multiple wallets. This is different for everybody, but this is my strategy, how I manage multiple wallets. So here you have also a video. So if you are new into airdrops, you can check these videos in that order. It's going to really help you and guide you into airdrops. And for searching specific airdrops, you just go to my website.
I also wanted to add that the videos that you're putting out for airdrops, like the top 7 and all the stuff that are like really practical stuff, I've been sending it to over 100 people over the last 2 weeks because they're really, I don't know any other YouTuber, maybe I'm wrong, but I've been doing a lot of research and I haven't found anyone who's doing exactly step by step to someone who is complete beginner. So it's really, really great to have one location, one YouTube channel that's like really specific to what people need to do in order to get like criteria for airdrops. So I would just like to say that it's a very great thing.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I came up with that because first I was doing the airdrop in my research. So in my research, I do the airdrop itself. So I want to be sure that when I do the video after, it's going to work or what problems I'm going to have. So sometimes there's a couple of my airdrop videos that I have errors during the filming of the video because actually the testnet is not working or anything like that. But for my perspective, it's okay to include that because at that point I have some error. You may have the same error when you try it, so we can discuss that together. But yeah, when I do the step by step, I always think I really want to give all the details that I have been doing when I apply to the airdrop, so everything is smooth. So that is my goal with each video. So you just don't need to know anything and just apply to the airdrop. But yeah.
Robotic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 done.
Yeah, that's the idea. So another hot topic that I wanted to discuss with you, Boris, is about BRC-20. we have been talking about and doing things on the Discord, but maybe the rest of the community is not super aware of that. I launched a video 2 days ago about a possible project, Alex and Stacks on BRC-20 topic, but many people is against the BRC-20 stuff because of the transaction volume, the highs on Bitcoin is going higher. But yeah, what is your stand on that? What is your point of view?
Those people are interestingly uneducated and misinformed because Bitcoin costs just like Ethereum costs, Bitcoin costs even more, but it pays way more as well. Like, I don't know if you know this, but in February, I think, when ordinals, was it late January, early February, and throughout February when NFTs on Bitcoin, like Bitcoin ordinals, started becoming a thing, those who have done anything on the Bitcoin blockchain using Ordinals wallet or any other BTC DeFi wallet, they got airdrops of $8,000 to $20,000. So imagine spending like $50, $100 on a Bitcoin network and getting 5 figures. And that's just one wallet. You do it with 50 or 10 or 5 wallets, you almost get 6 figures like that. So guys, I mean, if you're fading BTC DeFi, like, I would highly advise against that because it seems to be like the next big thing, as many other people have already mentioned before. Crypto is a rotation game, so liquidity flows from one area to another. Santiago, we remember when Arbitrum dropped on 23rd of March, and ZkSync announced their mainnet, ZkSync Era, on March 24th.
Yeah,
that was brilliant marketing move. That was perfect because they sucked up all the liquidity from Arbitrum and they just transported it to ZkSync. It was incredibly impressive. Like, it was really kind of like rude towards Arbitrum, but there's no rude in business. Business just has winners and losers. Yeah, basically, And in short, Bitcoin is incredibly profitable these days. Like, doing stuff on the Bitcoin network is definitely something I would highly recommend people get used to. Personally, I've been fading it for like 2 months because I thought to myself, no, it's something new, it's something, it costs a lot. Like, I'm the same, you know, like, we're not so much different, the people who are ignoring it and me, because the difference is who's going to be the tipping point. It's going to be a tipping point when you hear 5 people got 5 figures, 10, 50. For me, it was like 15. When I hear my friends, people I know made so much money, and I'm like, why didn't I do it, So basically, Bitcoin DeFi is definitely something you gotta do, you gotta focus on, and this is one of my, also, obviously, like, it's another league. We had 4 plus 4, and this is a whole level above. It's something we gotta do, absolutely.
Yeah, and for the viewers, if you are not familiar what Bitcoin ordinals are, you can check a video on my website, search for ordinals. I did an explanation of what is that with some NFT collections on Bitcoin that you can check, but just to get the basic concepts on that. What projects are you checking right now on BRC-20? Because I know that you get some money on Airdrop on BRC-20. So maybe people is not aware that airdrops are happening right now on BRC-20. I think that is a very new topic. Can you tell us a little bit about all that?
Yeah, so I'm also following one another really amazing YouTuber, Vechain VET, and he did a couple of videos on Bitcoin DeFi. Like, he's been covering it for like over 2 months, and it took me 50 days to finally get into it, and I'm so glad I did. It's angry I didn't do it before, but you take what you can get. And he did a video about Alex, how Alex has started another trend. So like, as BRC-20, they did a whole bridge situation. Like, you could bridge from Binance to their Stacks network. And then everybody who bridged or who did some transactions before they started their first DEX, decentralized exchange on the Stacks network, where you could actually trade 4 meme coins on Bitcoin. For some reason, like, they listed 4 meme coins. I'm not gonna go into why, but basically, whoever bridged into Stacks network via the Alex bridge, they got like absurd amounts of money for no reason. Like, literally, like, you get airdrop tokens, you get you got a lot. So definitely this is what I'm also doing now. And my strategy for Bitcoin DeFi now is to make a couple ordinals wallets, make a couple Unisat wallets, because those have been half announced to be airdropping more tokens. So yeah, I'll definitely advise viewers to check out Unisat and ordinals wallets. Of course, do your own research and play with the money you can lose, because it's still new. Like I wasn't here for Ethereum in 2020 for the DeFi summer, but people who have been there are really comparing it with what's been happening in 2020. Like the beginning, like all the Uniswap airdrops, all the DYDX airdrops, like everything that was happening in Ethereum is happening on Bitcoin now. And you're here, you have information. Not acting on it seems kind of silly, in my personal opinion. Not financial advice, of course.
Yes, actually, like Boris was saying, I did this video about Alex Labs. Of course, the airdrop that Boris referred already passed it, but there are more things about this ecosystem and Stacks, which is a layer 2 solution for smart contracts over Bitcoin blockchain, sorry. So this is some interesting project to check, guys. Of course, I will be covering more and also airdrops on the Bitcoin ecosystem, but for sure, this is a hot topic that we are going to cover on CCS from now on. So Boris, that has been great. Do you have any advice right now for our community or anything that you are checking and seeing right now on the crypto market? What are your thoughts?
Right. So if I would have to give one advice only, that would be definitely start understanding the game, start investing in your knowledge, in your experience. Like these things that we're doing, it's not rocket science. It's really basic. You connect with MetaMask, you do a couple of transactions, you understand what project is, you follow a little bit of their social media, stay slightly engaged with the communities, just so you know that when an airdrop happens, you grab it. It's really that simple. And also, guys, one very important thing that we cannot forget, we are in a crypto bear market right now. And that means that most projects are very scared to launch their tokens, because obviously when people get quote unquote free money during a bear market, they are rushing to sell it, and that of course destroys the price. And sometimes protocols actually don't do so well during a bear market when they launch a token. However, when things inevitably change, which we know will happen eventually, we are in crypto because we're not perma bears. So when the bull market actually comes, and many protocols and projects are going to be super ready to actually launch their tokens. So keep that in mind. Those who are building and preparing with airdrops in a bear market will be incredibly grateful that happy that they did it in a bear market, because when protocols start launching tokens, it's going to be incredible. But yeah, we just have to push through this winter period and see how much greener it is on the other side.
Yeah, that is super true. Yeah, we come back to the first advice that we give, which is being patient. And I think that is going to reward us as airdrop hunters like a lot. When the bull run starts, we are going to be collecting all those airdrops that we have been working, and it's going to be massive. It's going to be massive for sure.
Yeah, but for me, it's really weird that I've been getting so many airdrops in the last couple of months, because it doesn't feel like a bear market to me. You know, like every couple of weeks, something big happens. Like at the beginning of May, we get SUI. Now, BRC-20. What's next, you know?
Yeah.
You really learn to manage your emotions.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yes, it's exactly like that, Boris. So, yeah, thanks a lot for being here, on sharing this information, sharing your knowledge on crypto. I think, you're a valuable member of my community, so I really wanted to have this discussion with you. People, you probably are going to see much more of Boris here in the channel. We are really thinking to start doing some videos, so he can start doing some videos here on the channel reviewing airdrops too. So you can wait for that. Boris is going to join the channel as a video producer too, sharing us with his information, his insight in all airdrop matter, crypto in general, and also BRC-20, which is a hot topic. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So of course, let's call for the button for this video, people, if you want to see more interviews also. This is the first interview that I do in my channel, Boris. So you're my first guest here.
I feel very honored. Thank you for having me here.
From 2 years that I have been doing this channel, this is my first interview. So yeah. So guys, that will be all for this video. Remember, before we leave, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell to get the notifications. And again, you can join to my private Discord where Boris and I are there to answer any of your questions and help all the community. Many other people know like a lot of airdrop matters, so you will be having a lot of help from another users. And you have my applications if you really want to make this to the next level. My app is going to help you to register your progress, to apply to the airdrops easily, and you can create your custom airdrops. So guys, that will be all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.